Once upon a time, a young man named Steve lived in a distant land where the golden sands stretched under the blazing sun. Although Steve was known for being brave and strong, he often acted like he knew everything and considered himself better than others. One evening, as the sun was setting and the sky was painted with shades of orange and purple, Steve wandered into the outskirts of his village and stumbled upon an old monastery. He was very curious and stepped into the dimly lit courtyard. As he explored the monastery, he came across a chapel and went inside to say a prayer. Inside the chapel, he saw two stunning icons. Steve gazed at the icons to identify the saints and discovered that they were Saint Mary of Egypt and Saint Moses the Strong. He stood in awe and heard a soft, gentle voice whisper their remarkable stories. Turning around, he saw a monk reading from a beautiful cloth-bound book. The monk welcomed Steve and asked if he wanted to hear more about the saints. Steve was thrilled and joined the monk in the courtyard outside the chapel. Steve learned that Saint Mary lived a life far from God, led by temporary desires of the world. However, one day her heart discovered the power of true humility and repentance. She realized the emptiness of pride and dedicated the rest of her life to prayer and penance. The monk continued to tell Steve about Saint Moses the Strong and shared that although his behavior was not godly at first, he too encountered God's love and transformed into one of the greatest saints in the church. The stories of these saints moved Steve, and he realized that true strength and courage do not come from knowledge and pride, but from humility. From that day forward, he made it his mission to be more compassionate and not act like he knew everything. And so, Steve's journey toward a repentant and humble life began, and he became a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who knew him. His story reminds us that even the strongest and bravest among us can benefit from humility. Inspired by these two notable saints, Steve read more of the saints' stories and offered his help to those that needed it. He also started to speak softly and work on calming himself through silence and prayer. Steve's heart was also transformed, much like the saints he learned about. So under the blanket of stars, Steve also told the stories of the saints to others, reminding himself that humility is far greater than towering over others. And so, little one, as you rest after a long and busy day, remember the tale of Steve in the monastery. May it help fill your mind with peace and love. Rest well, sweet child. Be well, and may you dream dreams filled with the saints.